Join the crew as a member of the Onyx Key for exclusive members-only messages, redirections, and content. We already have a bunch of videos live with some familiar topics as well as new questions, so I'll see you on the other side of the Onyx Key. Make sure you hit the join button to go deeper down this experience with me. Hey family, happy Monday. We're gonna do our Milky Moon Day again. So we're gonna take a look at what's gonna happen with this connection, this person's current feelings, and what you can do to nourish what's going on, okay? So this is a timeless love reading. We're just doing it on Mondays because it's a neat little theme, okay? All right, so let me hold up the thumbnail now so you can choose your piles. Pile number 1 is a glass of milk. It can be dairy, non-dairy. You can use your imagination, okay? Pile number 2 is the vanilla milkshake. Pile number 3 is a vanilla ice cream cone. This one's soft serve. And then pile number 4 is vanilla scoops of ice cream, okay? I'll give you a moment to make your selection. And if you need more time, go ahead and pause the video. All right, my glass of milk. Let's take a look at what will happen. Look at me. Yeah, their current feelings and what would nourish this. I had to scroll up so I could see what we were doing. Okay, what will happen? What's this person's current feelings and what would nourish this connection? Something about this person's perspective is very fixed. So I will say, for better for worse, this person's made up their mind regarding you. So if there's been any confusion, if things have been clear, if this person hasn't known what they want from you and the connection, that's changed. Because Hold Your Vision lets me know that the next few cards are going to be very distinct in the message, okay? I've got conclusions are within reach with the full moon eclipse. Now, there's two sides. Okay, so for one, the full moon eclipse, there is one coming up for those of you real time in September. If you're finding this in a timeless sense, whatever, there's some type of full moon eclipse that may be relevant. The fact that I accidentally slipped up the cardinal moon, that could be a timeline of something for any duration of the connection. I know sometimes you guys are asking about connections that have been around for a couple of years. So pay attention to the eclipses or reference a previous eclipse, okay? Now, when we talk about the shadow, very distinctly, someone's very firm in knowing that they're going to end the connection. I just want to get that out there where you know it's been rocky, it's been chaos. I see where this person's kind of firm in their belief that it's not going to work. Now, the lighter side of the pile is someone holding their vision and some conclusion, whatever that is, whatever area of life, making it clear to them where they stand with you and what it is they desire in a connection with you, right? Where you're moving forward together. All right, so let me grab the tarot deck and we can get clarity on what else will happen regarding this connection. So tell me more about my glass of milk. What's gonna happen? What's this person's current feelings and what could nourish this connection? Okay, so tell me what's gonna happen, this person's current feelings. We have a Knight of Pentacles, which is someone that moves very slow. They take their time. They don't act unless they're very, very certain. So if it's taken this person some time to reach whatever conclusion that they've reached or are reaching, then that's part of the certainty, is they've seen enough to know where they stand. They've seen enough to know how they want to proceed with the connection, okay? So tell me more. Because this, like I said, that Knight of Pentacles, it is the slowest moving knight. It's the one that drags their feet. So if we're talking about someone that's not necessarily ready for more commitment, then they are not. And in the best way, when we're talking about connections that are about to stabilize and be fixed and more grounded, this is someone that doesn't commit very easily. Not saying they want to be here, there, and everywhere, but it takes a lot for someone to be like, you know, I want to be exclusive. I want to be in a relationship with this pile number 1. So For them to reach the conclusion that they're rolling with this connection and that they're comfortable being stable in it, it says a lot about how they think of you. Like it would imply that this is a person that's very, very serious about you. Okay? And we got the Daughter of Pentacles. They're very serious about the practicality of the connection. Like the connection makes sense. This isn't someone that's moving from feelings. Okay, this is someone that's making decisions based on what's realistic, what's practical, what's gonna make the most sense long term, right? Like in 2-3 years, what does a relationship with you look like? So those are all things this person's considering. Okay. And where we're talking about chaos, they don't want to do it. They're not going to put themselves in a position to be overwhelmed. I heard the word overstimulated, and burnout. Like they're not going to be in a connection that requires all of that forcing of things. Okay. So I got the Lovers because that's what this person's seeking. They're seeking harmony. They're seeking balance. They're seeking someone that's on the same page as them, knows how to communicate. So if you feel like you two are kind of in a good place, you've been moving really slow, you've been taking your time, it's no drama. This person's like, yep, I'm all in with pile 1. You may even, if you don't have an offer of commitment, like if you're not exclusive, not engaged, whatever stage, the upcoming eclipse, whatever your timeline might be, when this person's like, hey, you know, they may let you know they love you for the first time. They may say, hey, I really want to stabilize. Maybe let's move in together. I can see that. That's all of the best side. But obviously, we've already covered what might be happening in the worst way, right? All right, so let me keep pulling these cards for my pile 1. What is this glass of milk feeling and thinking? What's gonna happen? What's this person's current feelings? Neptune is dream and transcend, and it is where someone lets their ideals, like their ideas, get the best of them. It's kind of like where we project rose-colored glasses and where we kind of fantasize and we see like a filter of what is instead of what really is there. The reason why I bring that up is because Neptune, it makes me feel like that veil is being taken off. Like the rose-colored glasses are coming off. What is real, what is practical, what is tangible in this connection. If you're here real time with me, that full moon lunar eclipse will be ruled by Neptune. It's in the sign of Pisces. Okay, so I'm making you aware that anything that you've been overlooking, pretending is not real. I mean, pretending is real when it's not. That's going to be very clear, very fixed. The universe is going to double down on that during that transit, okay? And we've got, look, the moon, see? Exactly. Same exact vibe. Where we talk about all of that confusion and clarity, it won't be that way for much longer, okay? So let's pull from the love deck. Everyone here is going to get clarity, right? Like, so what's going to happen? You're going to get clarity. The rose-colored glasses are going to come off, for better, for worse. In the worst way, it's the finalizing the connection and where it's not going to proceed because it's not practical. In the best way, it's, you know, we've been just kind of living our lives, getting to know each other, enjoying each other. Let's make real concrete plans to pursue this long term. Like, where are we going with this? Like, do we move in together? Are we exclusive now? Like, we're official? Those are the types of answers that are coming in with this connection. So let me get a message. That one hesitated, so no. Tell me more about this glass of milk, please, for my pile number 1. What's gonna happen? I mentioned what's practical, right? So if you've had any interactions with the family or friends, this person's definitely considering that, which is interesting. I have some shorts that went live today, tomorrow, something like that, of me filming this. They're recent enough to where it wasn't long before this, where this person's weighing their family and friends' perspective of you, for better, for worse, because we're talking about practicality. We're talking about where we're going long term. We're talking about the type of life we want to live, right? And they're really listening and reflecting on what those family members say, right? I don't know what these people would be saying about you, but, you know, when you want to know their current feelings, what would these people be saying about you? Okay, for better, for worse. That's going to be considered. And these people have weight when it comes to this person. So I also got final shot. So I'm going to be honest with you. In the worst sense, it was you were on your final chance to work it out together and it's over. In the middle, some of you where it's rocky and there's still hope, where you're really both still have buy-in and you want to try to power through where there's conflict, especially with family and friends. This person's like, let's just take it easy. Let's slow down. Let's listen and reflect, and let's give it one more go. If we can't make it past the friends and family, then how are we going to do that? That's not realistic. I don't want to live in chaos. Okay. Now, my light side, it feels like someone's listening to advice from family and friends on how to pursue you. Where if it's an ex, they're like, how do I get another chance with pile one? If it's someone that you're kind of talking to, they're like, how do I make sure I don't mess up with pile one? I don't want it to be confusion, blah, 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 blah. And if this is a pure crush where they truly just haven't, they're really slow moving, because all of this is really slow moving, even though they're very certain that they like you. The family and friends are like, I can tell you're really interested in pile one. And I guess I don't understand why you're not doing the move the way that you feel like you should be. I don't understand why you're not expressing to pile one, why you're not telling them how you feel. And so like they're really thinking about that. They're taking the advice. Go to the Cupcake Crush chatter readings. This feels like a pile where you'll definitely be getting that information. But the family and friends are like, don't keep missing your chance with this person if you're interested in them like that. My shadow is here, right? Break up. Okay. The end. And that's that shadow that we talked about. And I mentioned that middle. Sometimes we have a convoluted middle where there may be some confusion. This final shot is to see if it's going to work, or if you two need to kind of move on beyond each other. The family and friends with the crush, they're like, if you're not going to make a move to pile one, then leave them alone, or just stop being so fixated on them. Like, leave it alone or do something about it. It feels like a very strict group of people. Like, we don't I even heard the words, we don't raise cowards. Like, if you interested in this person, you need to go do something. All right, let me see more from my pile number one. What's gonna happen? What's this person's current feelings? Okay, what can you do to nourish this? Okay, and I'm not taking reversals just because I don't feel we need them. Okay, I've got new beginnings. I've got a wild card. There's something that's going to catch you off guard, and it's going to lead to a new beginning. On the furthest lighter side, it's a crush that's going to make a move, and you're going to either be surprised at how it happens or how this person asks you out. Obviously, on the shadow, maybe I just hope that it's not a chaotic fight where this person's like, you know what, I'm not worried about it anymore. I even heard the words, you can go home. Like, I don't know what that's all about, but there's a heavy, heavy light side here. That is the corn moon of abundance. Okay. So I wouldn't sweat it unless you're already dealing with the chaotic situation, right? We've got support. We've got refine. We've got be. If you're in a situation where this person's family rely on them for support, where they favor you, if they don't like you, then leave it alone. That's not going to benefit you. But if the family members are fond of you, kind of rely on them for support on how to kind of make it work, right? Where the family members, make yourself available, right? If we have this final shot energy of someone that's not making the right move or move at all, maybe engage the family, engage the friends where these people and it makes sense to, given the circumstances. Because I'm getting where that's kind of what you can do to kind of bring life into the situation in the best way. So at the bottom here, I do have fulfillment, which is a full moon. I got a lot of moons, so something about the moon cycle is a big deal. So pay attention to those transits. Definitely pay attention to those transits. Let me see. I want to get your advice and close you out, because it's pretty straightforward. I will say my lighter side of the crush, you're gonna be surprised by something this person does. Because it feels like somebody telling them to do it or the way to do it, and it's going to kind of catch you off guard a little bit when it comes to what's going to happen, because it's going to be different for all of you, the way that they do it, because it's not a specific action. It's something somebody kind of said that they're thinking about when they take this final shot. right? And this could be crush, this could be ex, whoever it would make sense to. And that shadow is not, like, y'all know I try hard to read the lighter side for y'all, but I also don't lie, and I don't want to like mislead the reading, especially where those of you on the shadow side need to know, like, the eclipses might be like some type of chaotic ending for someone when we talk about a connection, because I got a cutting of ties and I got defense. Someone that's very defensive as they cut ties. Like, you may see a complete shift in this person's personality in the worst way, and the reason why you're in the same pile as the liar side is because this person's gonna do something out of character that's not in alignment with their personality, because they're doing something someone else is gonna tell them to do. So the cutting ties seems to be cutting ties with the fear, cutting ties with being guarded, being defensive and slow moving on the lighter side of the pile, okay? But what you can do is not be so hostile, not be standoffish, okay? Especially if I'm talking about the shadow side, like, do not be standoffish. If it's that chaotic, cut ties yourself, but expect this person to potentially cut ties. Be on guard just in case that's a thing, so you not caught off guard, okay? All right, so I'm gonna close you out and move along to pile number 2. All right, my pile 2, let's see what this vanilla shake is gonna say. Okay, someone here really loves vanilla shakes, like at the places that call them shakes and not milkshakes. You know what I'm saying? So whether that's you or this person, this is just a confirmation for you. So look at me. Yeah, let's take a look at what's gonna happen. What's this person's current feelings? Let's be nosy here. Something about faith and taking time to breathe out. So, you know, if you're no contact, that's okay. This feels like a person that needs a little bit of space. They may need a break. If this is a person with a really low social battery, then that's really what it is. They just need time to themselves. But they're hoping that you'll understand that, especially if there's a very specific reason why this person's winding down, why they're taking space to themselves, okay? This card is back. I don't know what's going on. Maybe this reading is just going to be applicable at that time, but this wasn't there before. I'll even split it just to give you something else. We have something this person needs to release, okay? I'll cut it. That way we have 2 bottoms. There we go. So keep in mind, something about that lunar eclipse that is upcoming is going to be relevant to this connection. I think because it is an eclipse, it's going to give a lot of people clarity, not just in their love lives, but just in your day-to-day overall, right? But taking the time to breathe out and releasing is kind of where this person's headspace is, okay? And some of you, where we're talking about couples, that's something this person kind of wants to do. They want to kind of make the space, take the time to just kind of be one-on-one with you, slow everything down so that you can have conversations, important conversations, intimate conversations, right? So tell me more about this vanilla milkshake. What's gonna happen? Yeah, this person wants to talk. They want to talk, and they're hoping you understand the things they're doing, right? Because it feels like we talk about the Father of Swords, that someone is very analytical and they seem to be strategizing where they want to go, what they want to do. So I'm not gonna lie, it's not like this person's not interested. I'm not gonna say that. It just feels like they have priorities. There are things in order of a list, and right now love or nurturing this connection isn't the most important thing. Not because they don't value you, but it's like, okay, if I'm going to be a version of me that makes sense to be in a connection, I need to prioritize this. I need to be the Father of Swords prioritizing my Wheel of Fortune right now, right? I need to make sure that I'm relationship material. I need to make sure that I'm in a healthy enough space, physically, mentally, emotionally, materially, to even partner with someone, especially if this person has goals of marriage eventually, okay? All right. So tell me more. Some of you, very specifically, this person hopes that they did not self-sabotage with you by making that decision to prioritize work, whatever that is, like by prioritizing work and whatever project and pulling to themselves and prioritizing their wind down time, recovery from work. They're hoping they didn't self-sabotage with you, okay? Because that's what this stack is right here. Yeah, there we go. Let me pull more and get some of these cards. If they said something that was misinterpreted, or if they said something that seemed insensitive, or if they feel like you're taking their actions as though they don't care, they feel bad about that, because that's not the case at all. It actually does feel like someone that's not invested, because they're not at the investment stage yet, but they're interested. They like you a lot, right? They like you a lot. They know they're not necessarily a version of themselves that, or even for some of you, it's financial stability. For some of you, the person you're asking about really does need to prioritize their material, physical stability, and that's kind of the issue. And they're hoping that you understand that, or they don't necessarily want you to know the details of that. So, because, right, we got the 10 of Swords. That's rock bottom. That's someone that's really going through it. 5 Swords is really going through it. And Knight of Wands is trying to fight through that. So if this person's going through it, whether you realize it or not, they're just like, I just need to make sure I'm a version of me that needs to be in a connection. I keep hearing that. We've got Aquarius energy here, which talks about being innovative. It talks about being creative. It talks about looking ahead, which is what this person is doing. Okay, they're looking ahead. They're thinking a lot. They're overthinking. And I think where the connection falls is, I'm not even in the right place, right space for this. I like this person. I hope they don't think that I don't like them back. I hope this person's around once I get my life together. That's kind of what it is. But it feels like I need to put a pause on it. And that's why I feel like if you're no contact, that's the conversation this person's having internally, like with themselves, because they think like that. So tell me more about this vanilla milkshake. Okay, so in the midst of the chaos that is this person's life and all of the struggling they seem to be dealing with as an individual, what's going to happen with this connection specifically? Because I got a lot of the reasons why it's just either at a standstill, or why this person's needing to prioritize themselves. And they absolutely need to, by the way. Like, they are going through it. So tell me for my pile number 2, my vanilla milkshake. I'll take forgive and, yeah, what are they feeling? They're hoping you forgive them as they heal. They're hoping that you'll be able to forgive them and they'll be able to heal the connection at some point. But they really just got other things to worry about. Like, they genuinely do. I don't know the specifics. It's going to be different for all of you, but look at that. Taking time to breathe out, the waning moon of releasing and slowing down. Like, they're hoping you two are going to be able to come back together at some point when the timing is right. And remember, I don't say it anymore just for time purposes, but I read past, present, and coming. If this is a historical energy and this person's fine now and they're stable now, they're remembering all of that. And they're hoping that you'll be able to move past whatever perceived rejection or time apart or just this person withdrawing their energy. They're hoping you two can reconnect, right? And that maybe they'll have a chance to explain. They want to spend time with you, right? Like, they want to put in the work and give you that quality time you're seeking from them. They're hoping they're just not too late, okay? Because, again, this person historically was or is currently acting from a long-term vision. They're thinking ahead. They're like, okay, if I try to prioritize pile 2 right now, that's not going to benefit me or pile 2 in a month, 2, 3, a year. Okay. All right. So let me pull from here. I can already tell you that what can you do to nurture this is be a little more understanding and just kind of see what's going on with this person from a place of concern for them versus just where you stand in the connection, because this feels like someone that would actually need a friend, need a support, need someone that cares about them beyond just where do we stand as people. I've got the honeymoon of productivity. I've got release. I got released 2 times. So releasing your expectations, right? Releasing your grip on this person. I mentioned support. That's there, supporting this person. Finding something productive to do for yourself, like prioritizing yourself is a good thing, and just kind of making it clear to this person that, yeah, you know, You're interested, you're invested. This is a slower time in a connection, but you're looking to move forward. And if you're not, you're not. You're not obligated to, right? To be delayed and slow down for this person's stuff. But if you are interested, if you do want to keep proceeding or revisit the connection, let them know that with grace, right? Because there's a lot of delicacy here. I have the shaman, which is Scorpio. It's an energy of transition, transformation, rebirthing, and all of those things. So let me get your core advice and close you out. Okay. Like I said, you're under no obligation to have grace for this person. Whether they're coming back now after doing better, or if they're pushing you away now with the intent to come back later, it's up to you. I'm just letting you know the why and what's gonna happen, okay? All right, so let me get this piece of advice for my vanilla milkshake. Yeah, Spirit is saying to be a little more mindful. Consider this person's perspective in life and any struggles they've been having as they've been trying to banish a curse. Like, consider what life is like for you when you're going through it, things like that. You're actually literally being told to be mindful that this person is out here banishing a curse. Like, they are releasing trauma. They are fighting for their life. Like, they got a lot going on. So just be mindful of that if this is someone you genuinely care about, because people we care about, when they're in the energy this person's in, we have to be a little more considerate, okay? Because that's what I see on the table. So I'm going to close you out and move along to pile number 3. All right, pile 3, my vanilla soft serve ice cream cone. We're going to take a look at what's going to happen and this person's current feelings about you, okay? And then at the end, I'll take a look at what you can do to nourish this connection. So my pile 3, my soft serve vanilla ice cream cone. Okay. That one was, y'all, I so some of you are picking all of the piles, or maybe you're all having similar experiences, but like, this is my second time in a row where a card jumped out. So there was a card that jumped out from the first deck, the first pile from this deck, that jumped out in the second pile, and then the second card that jumped out in the second pile now is jumping out in the third pile. And I shuffled, I reset, I promise you I did, but I'm gonna put it back. We just had take time to breathe out, as well as a win-win outcome is forecast. So if you need just break space, if it's downtime, if you're prioritizing your self-work, right, mutually doing that as 2 people, then that's okay? Because bring love to the situation is a thing. All right, so tell me more about this ice cream cone. Lots of emotions, so much going on. This person's got a lot of feelings. Let me see. Feels like someone that has a lot to get off their chest. So let me see. Tell me what this person's feelings are. Let's get it as clean as possible, please. One card for this person's feelings. Look at the bigger picture. The full moon in Sagittarius, okay? And surrender to the divine is back, which is the full moon. So something about a full moon is going to be a big deal. It could be that this specific full moon that actually happened earlier this year, real time, okay? I feel like I'm struggling to communicate. I feel like I'm hesitating with the cards. This person may be in that energy, and that's why it's like that, okay? So let me just get the tarot and see what's going on. Just look at the bigger picture. Surrender to the divine. It's a very vague statement. So tell me what's going on with this person. Tell me what's going on with this vanilla soft serve cone regarding pile number 3. What's gonna happen? What is this person's current feelings? One of loss, one of missing you. Okay. Wanting to get you back, or wanting to get your attention initially if this is a crush that you've not been with. Okay. So I don't know what that's all about, but that's the one thing that's gonna make this person feel most fulfilled. Like that's kind of their one personal, I don't want to say goal, but that's the one thing that's going to make this person kind of happy, is getting you back or finally getting you, right? I know it sounds very like territorial and like possessive, but that's just where this person's head is. So like they're kind of surrendering it to the universe as they're looking to the larger picture, but they are hoping, right? Nine of Cups is a wish fulfillment card, that they'll get their chance with you, because the star is kind of higher octave. Nine of Cups, it's where we're hopeful, it's where we're wishing. Like this person's kind of really wishing on a star. They've surrendered it to God, the universe, whatever their spiritual beliefs are, but they are a little sad and they are wondering what they can do in their power to connect with you, reconnect with you, deepen or fix whatever with you, okay, depending on your situation. So let me see more about this vanilla soft serve ice cream cone, please. What will happen with the vanilla soft serve ice cream cone? What is this person's current feelings about my pile 3? I'll take both. I'll take all of that. All right. Okay. We've got house 5. They want to date. They want to romance you. They want to be active in pursuit. Something about healing. Okay. And then I've got Capricorn energy here. Okay, something about healing. Some of you, this person needs to heal some type of work situation. They need to heal something about work, like they need to fix something in that area so that they can prioritize fun. Let me see. Some of you, this person thinks it's going to be very difficult to kind of get you, be with you, connect with you for whatever reason. There's something career, heavy career themes on the table with house 10 and Capricorn. This person's career, your career, work, karmic lessons, like reputation, all of those are critical themes that need to be healed. That just something, there's some issues here. And I'm assuming that's the block. I don't know if that's what's keeping you two apart. I don't know if that's just some type of issue, but there's something here that needs to be healed so this person can prioritize romance with you. Okay. So let me pull more and see what's going on. What's this person's current feelings? What will happen with this vanilla soft serve cone? Okay. For my pile number 3. Yeah, they know they got to be accountable when it comes to pursuit, for sure. But they are this is a person that's literally wishing on a star. Like they have faith. They know they have to be accountable, but something about it, it feels like someone that's like, I know I need to be accountable in the way that I engage pile 3 and pursuing pile 3, but I need the opportunity to be accountable. Like I can't be accountable to out of thin air. I can't just create a situation out of thin air. So I don't know if career moved you away or what, but like there's distance, there's space, there's some type of blockage or barrier, and it could truly just be career. Like if this is a coworker, they're like, yeah, I need to be accountable, but at the same time, like it may be taboo. Like, I don't know, but there's something in the way. Okay. But they do still have faith that it's going to work out because they have butterflies. Like you do give them butterflies, but they just something, I don't know. There's this weird conflict on the table and interferes, and it could be self-esteem and all of that, but it feels like a literal, real world, tangible, external barrier to connecting with you. Or deepening a connection with you. Okay. All right. So I don't know why everybody's like that today, but we're going to see. Tell me more about what's going to happen with my pile 3 and this vanilla soft serve cone. How do we nourish this connection, please? And what will happen? Give me more there. Yeah, it feels like someone that actually is like kind of praying for you a little bit, if that makes sense. Yeah, we got hibernation, courage, B, and the visionary, which is, it actually rules that star card, by the way. And Aries, the inspirer. So, I mean, this person sees you as really inspiring. This is someone that sees you as a visionary. This is someone that has a lot of faith in you. And maybe it's intimidating. I could see it being intimidating with the inner fears, but maybe that blockage is the insecurity for some of you. And this person's just like, I gotta be more accountable in going after what I want, despite my insecurities, because that's the lighter side of where it's not this external conflict. Okay, what's going to happen next is this person hoping they'll encounter you in the chance that you do connect. There's a situation, career or network and collective space wise, where you two connect. Okay, there's going to be a career or collective space, group, whatever situation where you two reconnect, and this person gets butterflies and they're really excited, nervous about it, that they may be able to kind of make their move. Okay, because if I see here with the 7 of Wands where they actively try. Okay, so what can you do to nourish this? This came out and in another pile. So I don't know if some of you are like really guarded and just standoffish. I tell y'all that all the time when y'all are on the comments, like, don't be that way, because I have defense and let go. So it literally says to let go of how defensive you are or how guarded you are. If you have like body language that would be standoffish in general, like, don't be like that, so that this person kind of can feed off of your energy next time they see you, or as they see you day to day, to where they feel confident that the energy is reciprocated enough to pursue you. Because right now they're just thinking, I think it's one-sided. Yeah, 7 of Wands and 9 of Cups. This person may think that it's one-sided. I don't know that they quite realize that you're interested in them back, where we're talking about a crush, or even an ex, or if you're in a current relationship, they still feel like they're more invested than you in some way. Okay, so I'm gonna close you out and move along to pile number 4. All right, pile number 4, my vanilla ice cream scoops. We're gonna see what's gonna happen and this person's current feelings about you and what we can do to nourish this. I don't know why, but when I sat for this pile, I feel like I'm really optimistic about it. So this person may be hopeful. They may feel really good about the connection with you. So I like to see it. Let me get you an overview and dive into it. Tell me about this vanilla ice cream scoops. What's gonna happen? What's this person's current feeling? Like, I got a wave of energy. I feel really good. Like, I don't know, like, you make this person feel energized. They feel inspired. Okay, yeah, why you give this person so much energy? Look at that. It's time to take action with the new moon in Aries. Okay, like, you stimulate this person. Yes, that means it in that way that we're not gonna develop for YouTube reasons, but I mean, there's a lot of fire here. You make this person feel kind of like a hero. They feel like a lion. With this, confidence is your key to success. Let me see. Why is this person feeling so confident? You know, in any move this person's gonna make, they're gonna make it very, very soon. If this pile really called you, like, I feel like this person's gonna make a move sooner rather than later, whenever they have the opportunity to. So whenever this person's next opportunity to make whatever move you need them to make, they're going for it, because they are feeling very confident. They're feeling really good. They got the Empress at the bottom, like, either that's them or how they see you. Like, 6 of Pentacles is here, like, making offers, giving gifts. Like, I don't know what's going on, but it's great vibes, so I'm not gonna like throw it off, right? So yeah, this person's feeling really high on life as an individual, and because they're so interested in you and they think so highly of you, that's reflecting in their treatment of you and how they want to spend time with you and interact with you. I love it. So I don't know what's going so good for this person, but they definitely have I don't know, something good must have happened recently. What's all of this? Something they didn't think was going to work out did or will soon. This is someone that thought you didn't like them. This is someone that thought you didn't like them and that they thought you reject them, or they thought that you did reject them. And I don't know where they get their information from, but they got to go ahead. They got to go ahead. Like, they got the confidence. Like, someone told them something, because Leo does rule friends and we have the ruler here in the sun. Someone's like, yeah, Pal 4 is interested in you. Or maybe you were like forward and direct in something you did or said, and you're like, to where they were able to kind of read the room a little bit, and they're like, no, I misread them initially. Like, Pal 4 is definitely into me. Let me move. That's what I got on the table. So really, really positive pile. I love it so much. Let me see more for these scoops of ice cream. So what's gonna happen? They're gonna make the move. They're happy that you're interested in them. They're happy to know that you're interested in them, but they're gonna go for it whenever they can. We got Venus, which talks about someone like really being affectionate, talks about someone that's really into romance. This is someone that's very fixed when it comes to the way that they love and pursue people, right? And I think it's funny because I have here the fixed signs. So this person may have a fixed Venus sign, which makes sense. I've got Aries here, so maybe Aries, but fixed. So dominantly on my table is Leo. So this person might have like a Venus Sun conjunction, or that's your synastry. They may have Venus in Leo, Venus in Taurus, Scorpio, or Aquarius. And these people do love very intensely, because when they attach and they are interested in someone, they show it, and there's a certain way that they show it that is traditionally romantic. It's very loud, it's very open, it's very expressive. Okay, all right. Those placements tend to be very much my person. Okay, let's do that. There we go. Tell me more about these scoops of vanilla ice cream. This is the smoothest pile. This person might like their ice cream like just really rich and smooth like that, or maybe you do, and that's why you picked this pile, because something is just really smooth. We got family and friends. Like, yeah, no, this person's like this person's like, pile 4 is gonna be perfect with my family and friends, or they are, right? Especially if we're talking about someone that is a family friend. They're like, nah, this is my person. The end. Like, I'm ready. Like, I feel like we connected. I feel like we connect well with family and friends together, and I'm going in. Like, I'll pull more because I don't want your pile to be 5 minutes. But I mean, yeah, you got the card that tells you, yes, the great things are happening. Next time they see you, they're gonna give you a hug, right? The next move is gonna be like, okay, to use family and friends, like a comfortable environment to make you more like comfortable. And they're gonna go in for the hug, and then they're gonna lock in and make their move. This feels like my most crush pile. Okay, like this is the pile of crushes where we're talking about developing connections. Like, let's say you're dating someone and you're not exclusive yet. This is someone that's gonna casually refer to you as their person in front of like family and friends, and expect you to just roll with it. Like, oh yeah, no, that's my boyfriend, girlfriend. Or you know, if out of town family friends come and they're like, hey, did I introduce you to my person? That's kind of how they plan on going about it, where we're talking about you being together. Where we're saying next steps. Yeah, freedom is loving out loud and proud. This is someone that's gonna just be like, make a joke about you being engaged, even if you're not, just to feel out your reaction about it. That's where their headspace is. I'm so glad we had a pile like this, because, you know, when sometimes the shadows come out other piles, it's not a thing. Yeah, and awareness, right? So if this is a crush, this person's going to be very openly aware of you in a way that you're not used to. So if this is a crush, maybe normally you don't interact much. You may say hi and bye at most, or you have casual conversations. This person's going to stick to you like glue as soon as they spot you and whatever the stuff is, okay? So tell me more about my scoops, vanilla scoops of ice cream. We got the blessing moon of contentment. awareness and contentment feels like being very natural. Like I said, if this is a crush that you just kind of know in passing, that you're just acquaintances, they're going to be very familiar with you in a way that may throw you off if you aren't prepared for it. May throw off somebody else, like family, friends, because they'll be like, I didn't know y'all knew each other like that, if that makes sense. Where we're talking, yeah, strength in reverse is like, I didn't know y'all knew each other like that kind of an energy. But it just, I mean, it's a high vibe pile. So let me just get one more from here. What can you do? Lean into the energy if you're interested in this person, right? We got fulfillment, which is 9 of Cups. Just feel good, reflect, take the time of me telling you this to reflect on what your reaction would be, because this person's just going to be really familiar where they're not, or just start claiming you to their family and friends without talking to you first. Okay. I've got the Healer of Virgo. All right. And, you know, new beginnings day to day. This person's going to start being very personal with you. Okay, that's what's going to happen. And you lean into that, right? Lean into it if that's what you want. But like Virgos are day-to-day routines. It's all of the mundane things. It's doing everything that we wouldn't want people we're romancing to see up front, right? Like it's very personal. It's very intimate. It's all the ugly stuff that we do so that we can look good, and all of the ugly stuff that we do so that we can be successful. And it feels like this person is going to start trying to involve you in those things. Just very freely, without like asking like, hey, do you think we're there yet? No, they're going to just like start bringing you to run random errands. They're going to like, you know what I mean? Just start being at your house all the time, or having you at their house all the time without it being, without asking you. That's just what I'm getting, okay? So your advice is just to be passionate with this person. They feel very passionate, very, I love the crushes here because it feels very novelesque. I'm not going to lie, because this person's so passionate that you need to kind of try to match it just a little bit. Otherwise, they're going to take it as rejection. I'll be honest with you. So you know who you're asking about, okay? Because we've got concealment. And in this deck, concealment talks about taking a mask off. Okay, so take your mask off and show how interested in this person you are, because I could be predicting you're like, how's this person feeling? There is a situation that may be incoming where this person realizes you're interested in them, that you're not going to reject them, that, you know, they haven't sabotaged whatever the thing is, and you just need to make it clear so that they can do the thing that you want them to do, right? All right, so I'm going to close you out. Thank you so much for supporting the channel.